Problem number 4. The table below shows how much flour Quan needs to bake various numbers of scones. So we have scones on the left, cups of flour on the right. How many cups of flour does Quan need for each scone? So if I were taking the EOG, one of the clues that I would notice is that it says each scone. So we're saying per one scone. They're telling us basically which of these two items, scones or cups of flour, needs to be the 1 unit. When you're finding unit rate, the denominator is the 1. So we're looking at the scone being our 1. So they're asking us how much flour is needed per 1 scone. So we would take the flour and divide it by the number of scones. And that would make sense with this table because if you label it, all of these values on the left are x, and all of these values on the right are y. And the unit rate formula is k equals y divided by x. So we would be taking the y, which is flour, which would be our numerator, and dividing it by scones, which is x, which would be the denominator. So this makes sense with what we've learned about unit rate. So let's start filling in our unit rate formula. K equals y divided by x, and choose a point that you think looks easiest to use. So I would probably choose the 520 or the 312. Those are pretty, honestly, they're all pretty simple numbers to use. And then I'm going to grab a different color so I'm nice and careful with my work. My y value is 5. And my x value is 20. And then I need to reduce it to compare it to A, B, C, and D. First of all, I want you to notice that the numerator is smaller than the denominator. So this number is less than 1. So the answer is going to be A or B. It's not going to be C or D because we know already that our answer is going to be less than 1. Now I'm going to reduce 5/20ths. I know that I can divide 5 and 20 by 5 because in the ones place, the 5 has a 5 in the ones place, and the 20 has a 0 in the ones place. If you have a 0 or a 5 in the ones place, then a number is divisible by 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 20 divided by 5 is 4. So my unit rate is 1/4. So you need 1/4 a cup of flour for every scone. So 1/4 cup of flour per 1 scone. And then I'll also type the answer like the directions say.